Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your boy Az, and today I'm going to be talking about my journey of fasting while working as a software engineer. Also, towards the end, I'll be giving you guys some tips to ensure your productivity levels during the end of the day stays high. Before we proceed, I just want to say thank you for all the love and support that you've been showing us. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe. Also hit the bell icon so you are notified when we release an email. Down below, we'll also have our Instagram where you can follow us. And yeah, let's get straight to it. So before we proceed, I'll give you a quick high-level overview of what is Ramadan. So Ramadan is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, and it's a period of time where Muslims will fast from sunrise to sunset. During this period of time, they will refrain from eating or drinking anything at all. A few hours before sunrise, a lot of people usually wake up an hour or two before and they'll eat one last meal. And this meal they will have to make sure they have enough energy to last them throughout the day until sunset. Now the name for this meal varies across different cultures. Some people call it suhoor, some people call it sehri, and some people call it fotabala.
What did he say?
Hey yo, whose man is
Did
this?
he actually say that?
PSA, I know hell Asians are going to be triggered by this. I mean, you have suhoor, you have sehri, but where do these men get fotabala from? That's what you might be asking. But let me tell you, the origin of the word fotabala came from a point where the stars align, forming a pattern in which depicts the time of sunrise. Now, but you see how I lied there? Now, but seriously, you guys need to relax and understand the concept of dialect. Some people may have different words, but all in all, at the end of the day, it just means the same thing.
Now as the day goes on and we're moving towards sunset, a lot of Muslims would then huddle around with their family and friends and they will break their fast. Now this period of time is called iftar, and usually they break their fast with dates, or they might be drinking some water, or they might be eating some cultural food, something like that. Now as the night goes on, usually a lot of Muslims would then go out to the mosque, or they will start praying the night prayer, which is called Taraweeh. So overall, my journey of fasting while working as a software engineer has been going great. There has been some challenges, but there's also been some great sides to it. Let's talk about the challenges. So one of the challenges that I mainly face is the lack of sleep. So obviously during time at university, it wasn't really a problem. I could wake up whenever I want, I would attend lectures, usually my lectures would be later down in the day, and it didn't really affect me. However, that's not something that translates over to the working world. Obviously in the working world, you have your allocated hours, usually 9 to 5, in which you have to be awake, you have to be online, and you have to be working. So one of the habits that I picked up, especially at the beginning of Ramadan, was staying up all night. Now you can understand why that's clearly a bad thing, is that I would stay up all night, and usually in London, you open your fast at around 4:30, 4:50, around that period. So once you've ate everything, you prayed, I usually be in bed around like 5ish. And you can understand that if I'm waking up to work at 9 AM, I've only have around like 3 to 4 hours of sleep. And you can clearly see why that's a bad idea. One other thing that I also struggled with is productivity. Now, as the day goes on, your productivity usually naturally decreases. However, what I found was after 3 PM, 3, 4, 5, around that period, my productivity would drop down. I'll find it hard to focus and it'd be hard to work in some periods of time. So one of the great things that I face working as a software engineer is the work from home element. Obviously, since I'm working from home, I don't have to wake up much more early. I don't have to spend energy and time on the commute. And this really helps me to get as much sleep as possible. One other great thing that I found is the line of communication between me and my manager. So before Ramadan started, I let my manager know that obviously I'll be fasting during this period of time and my productivity levels might drop down a bit. He said no worries. He even provided me some work schedule changes if I wanted to. And he also notified my team saying that, look, as I was fasting during this month, so if there are some drops in productivity, that's not really his fault. So one of the tips that I'll give you guys to ensure that your productivity remains high is have a good line of communication with your manager. Now the reason why I say that is because if you notify your manager, he can work around your work schedule and he can ensure that you stay as productive as possible. So one thing that my manager offered me was that I could work from suhoor to like 1 or 2 PM, so 5 to around 1 PM. Now obviously this is something that is up to you if you want to take that offer, but at least having that option is really good. Tip number 2 is eating the right food. Now obviously I'm from an Asian background and some of the food that we have is a bit of the more junk food nature. However, what I found was, especially as the days of Ramadan went, is that especially time of suhoor, you should really eat something that is high in carbohydrates, so you can eat cereal, but also eat food that is rich in potassium, such as bananas. Now this will really allow you to maintain your energy levels throughout the day and it will stop you from becoming very thirsty. Tip number 3 I'll give you guys is, and this is especially for the reverts, or if you have hardly any friends and families that are fasting as well, is try having a fasting buddy. So in professional and in industry, there are usually lots of societies available out there where people have made fasting programs, so in which you can sign up with someone, and this really allows you to maintain your productivity levels, and it has someone to speak to along as well. So yeah guys, that's all I have for today. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and also since it's Ramadan, make sure you follow us on Instagram, and if you DM us with any charity links, we'll be happy to put them down in the description. But that's all we have for today. Make sure you watch out for the next video.